What do you think of seeing Juan Soto in the orange and blue the other day for the first time?
How great is that, right? I mean, to have him on the team, it'll be exciting to watch him, how he plays. He's so singularly focused on baseball. It'd be great having him in the lineup, right? It's pretty exciting. I think the fans are going to love it.
You know, it's become a running joke, the 3 to 5 year World Series thing. But at the Soto press conference, you said you had told him you could see the team winning 2 to 4 over the next decade. Why do you think that? Or why are you not afraid to say that out loud?
You always want to set high standards and high goals. There's no guarantee in anything, right? It's really hard to win a World Series. But the thought of we're putting together a team, not just a team good for 1 year, but we want to create sustainable success. And if we keep making the playoffs, why can't we find, get to the ultimate goal? And so why not set a high goal and try to make it?
This is your fifth team here. How do you feel about this team compared to how you felt at other times in spring?
Yeah, I've listened to other times. I felt we've had a pretty good team, and certainly coming out of 22, I thought 23 would be a great team, and it turned out to be different. So you can write it down on paper, but there's no guarantees. And so I always say we got to play the games, and you don't know about injuries, you don't know how people are going to play, but on paper we look like a really strong team with a lot of depth, and I think to get through spring training, 162 games, and playoffs, we're going to need that depth. And so I'm excited by who we have on the team. I think it's a team that is going to produce runs. I think our pitching is going to surprise people. I mean, I know there's a lot of talk about starting pitching. And the other thing is we're flexible. One thing, if we have to make changes or improve the team during the year, we saw what we did in 24, and we'll do it again in 25.
What would make this year a success in your eyes?
No, we got to make the playoffs. Okay, that's the minimum. After getting a taste of being in the league championship, we want to go to the World Series, right? And we want to win. And if we put ourselves in that position enough, maybe it doesn't happen this year, maybe it does. But if we keep putting ourselves in position in the playoffs and to make a deep run, we're going to win a World Series at some point.
When you say get the spending down to a more reasonable level, when you start to use the farm system in the ways that you want, what is a reasonable level?
I mean, I'd like to get below the Cohen tax, or whatever. I'm sure it's about me. Because there's a lot of Cohens out there. I mean, I was saying to somebody before, I'm a piker now compared to the Dodgers.
What did you make of where the Mets ranked as far as attendance last year?
Yeah, I didn't like it. Okay, that really bothered me. 18th in attendance when we're right in the middle of a pennant race. I've said this before. The series against the Nationals, right before the final Philly series, I think there were 18,000 fans in the stadium during a great pennant race. And so I'm really hopeful this year. I mean, I'm told that usually attendance lags performance. And so I'm really looking forward to this year being a year when the fans come out. I think the fans are having a great time. I mean, when I look out on the stadium, I think it's a great game presentation. We have a great team, I think. I'm really excited by. I think it's going to be a fun place to be this year.
Vlad Guerrero Jr. turned down the extension for the Blue Jays, and he'll be available next offseason.
He's a great ball player, and once again, I'll worry about that next year. Obviously with payroll considerations, and you really can't have. I mean, you can't have too many long-term contracts because then you lose your roster flexibility. So you got to be really careful. But I'll let my baseball people make that decision.